This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. TravelPal security system for commuters who use PPVs. Transport Minister Robert Montague has advised that the TravelPal application is in the final stages of completion for rollout shortly. The app, which is to be launched by the Transport Authority, is a security mechanism that will give commuters the tools to make their journeys safe by enabling them to use their mobile devices to scan the registration plates of units used as public passenger vehicles to verify if they are licensed by the authority. Speaking Wednesday at the handover ceremony of a driving simulator donated by the Island Traffic Authority to St. Mary High School in Highgate, Montague highlighted that the app will provide some protection to women and to students who utilize the public transportation system. We are now putting a new weapon in their hands. It is an app on a smartphone that will give your location. You put in the vehicle license number and you will know if it is a registered taxi with a license or if the license plate is stolen, Montague explained. Detailing the app's design, the Transport Minister said it enables commuters to send the registration plates of the particular PPV to pre-programmed numbers. The app will also provide information on the specific location and expected time of arrival at the destination. Once you enter the vehicle, it will trigger 2 phone numbers that you would have pre-programmed to let the person know you are in this vehicle and the specific location and your expected time of arrival, so that if something goes wrong and you don't arrive, somebody is already monitoring your movement, Montague outlined. He also advised that the app will have a panic feature link to the police 119 system and said a memorandum of understanding is to be signed with the Jamaica Constabulary Force under the initiative. The TravelPal application is part of the Transport Ministry's 16-point plan geared at reforming the public transportation sector. Fraser Price Pocket Rocket Foundation treats Waterhouse residents. The Shelley and Fraser Price Pocket Rocket Foundation treated hundreds of residents of the Waterhouse community to gift certificates and grocery bags on Saturday. It was the 14th year that the Olympian has run corporate Jamaica to assist the community that she grew up in, and this year the assistance amounted to approximately $2 million in cash and kind. The event was held at the Shelley and Fraser Price Resource Center on Penwood Road in Waterhouse. Like it did last year, the COVID-19 pandemic restricted the usual fanfare. The recipients were only allowed to collect the items and exit the venue. From its start until 2019, the annual event included fun activities for children during the day with food treats provided. Last year, it took the form of a drive-through delivery of packages because of the ongoing pandemic. Fraser Price noted that the gift packages will assist the residents during the difficulties caused by COVID-19. This year, we are doing food bags and gifts for the kids because we know that right now it is a very difficult time for most families providing food, so we decided to do food bags. We also didn't want to have any kind of loitering or any activity that would cause the spread of the coronavirus, so we just gave them the food bags and the toys so the children could have the toys and the food in time for Christmas, Fraser Price said. Waterhouse resident Chad Goldburn believes the treats will enable members of the community to better enjoy the Christmas holidays. This means a lot because Christmas time is coming near and there are a lot of parents in the community that might not be having a good December so far, and some of them might not be looking to anything really, as most of them are living from hand to mouth. So to see them getting a little extra is a great joy for them, and I think their children and their loved ones can now look forward to a proper Christmas, Goldburn said. This government will not negotiate with criminals, declares Chang. National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang has slammed some political commentators and opinion shapers for suggesting that the government should negotiate with criminals to help solve the nation's crime problems. Speaking at the recent opening of the new Buff Bay Police Station in Portland, Chang said opinion leaders and commentators who offered that suggestion should know better. He contended that the government would not be taking that route in its efforts at solving issues relating to crime. Them talks say put some money to some fella downtown and let him go and talk to the gangs and you will solve the problem of the murder. It don't work like that, and it cannot work like that, the cabinet member declared. Chang, who is also the deputy prime minister, said despite representing the tough constituency of Northwest St. James, he has never had discussions with members of the criminal world. I'm the first member of parliament to have won it 4 times, and I'm approaching 20 years, and I don't negotiate with gangsters or criminals. I have increased my majority in that constituency without doing that foolishness, and this government, while I sit in this seat, will not negotiate with criminals, he stated. According to Chang, the crime situation requires some time to be fixed. He cited that other issues including improving the working conditions of the police, strengthening legislation, and the social intervention will also assist in fixing the crime scourge in Jamaica over time. I think it is important that I bring to the attention of the audience and to remind this country which is necessary, because there is a narrative out there that you can get up one day and just tell the police and the commissioner, look, you have to reduce the murder rate by tomorrow morning. Well, I say, just like the surgeon, it takes time to train the police officers and it takes time to get the proper equipment, said Chang. He elaborated that it is often you hear, don't do this law, don't do the states of public emergency, put more boots on the ground. The way they say it and those who call for it, it sounds like we buy the boots in Spanish Town at a plant and we put them out there and they work, said the National Security Minister with a chuckle. Meanwhile, Chang said the government is working to improve the working conditions of the police by improving police stations across the island. Over the next 3 years, under the National Security Ministry's project, Rebuild, Overhaul and Construct, Chang said the government will spend in the region of $14 billion on police facilities. Added the minister, we are committed to effectively transforming police stations, and we have effectively dealt with 101 of those stations. Cops are still hunting suspected abductor of St. Thomas girls. The manhunt for Davian Bryan, a Portland man suspected to have abducted 2 young girls in St. Thomas in October, is still on, the police have said. The abduction of the girls, aged 9 and 13 days apart, have triggered a national panic and outrage, and the 2 girls were found after a massive search in which hundreds of citizens and various agencies partnered with the security forces to locate the victims. It's not old enough for us to clarify it as a cold case, and I would definitely say that we have not relaxed our investigation, Dennis Brooks, a senior communication strategist in the Jamaica Constabulary Force, told the news on Thursday during the official opening of the Buff Bay Police Station in Portland. He said that Bryan, who was before the courts on other charges, remains a fugitive. When the investigation just began, in the first phase, it was all about finding the girls. A massive amount of policing resources were brought in to find those girls safely, and we did the best that we could where that was concerned. Now investigations to find him continue. He is a fugitive at this point, and we continue our work in that regard, Brooks said. He added that the same amount of law enforcement resources brought in to find the girls would not be utilized to find the suspect, as it was a different sort of operation. But the search for him continues, he assured. The last briefing that I got from the St. Thomas police, they were still following leads and intelligence where that was concerned. Brooks said that the cops believe Bryan had received assistance to elude them. He is someone who knows the deep bush very well from his background, and we believe that he gained some sort of support from person or persons who were sympathetic to him, he said. He is urging persons who could assist with their investigations to contact the police at 119 or make a report at the nearest police station. They may also call Crime Stop at 311. Do you know this Clarendon robbery suspect? The police have now released an image of one of 3 men they have been hunting in relation to a robbery at a Clarendon store in November this year. The police say the man featured in this photo and his cronies entered a store along Main Street in Maypen on Thursday, November 11, 2021. They pretended to be customers and robbed the sales representatives at a gunpoint of a number of mobile phones and laptops valuing more than $2 million. The police say anyone who may know the individual captured by CCTV or the other suspects should contact the Maypen Police at 876-986-2208, Police 119 emergency number, or the nearest police station. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.